Hello publicists, future and present. Welcome to the PR Stop. So Pokemon Day happened a couple of weeks ago, and naturally the Pokemon Company came out with their Pokemon Direct presentation. So for the most part, I wasn't too interested in what the Pokemon Direct show had to, show. I don't play Pokemon Unite, I don't play Pokemon Go, I'm not at all interested in the Pokemon Cafe thing that happened. Although that Pokemon Trading Card Pocket seemed cool, might try that out, but I was waiting on the end, the last thing that they always save for last, which is the big game announcement that was gonna get everybody talking. And just like everyone else, we're gonna talk about it. So the Pokemon Company, to the surprise of many, announced that we will be going back to the Kalos region with Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, we haven't gotten a Kalos-focused game since Pokemon X and Y in 2013, and by the time Legends ZA is released, it would have been 12 years. So, for this video, I'm going to go into why this announcement was so huge, not just for the fans, but for the company as well, in order to keep this mainline series going and to keep fans interested and engaged. So like I said before, we haven't gotten a Pokemon game set in Kalos since 2013 with Pokemon X and Y. So fans were getting a little hopeful that we would revisit Kalos at some point, since we never got a Pokemon Z enhanced version. To explain, most of the Pokemon games that have been released throughout the generations have a base game released and then an enhanced game released a little later, mostly with few added features or an expanded Pokedex. Pokemon Red and Blue had Yellow version, Pokemon Gold and Silver had Crystal, and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl had the objectively superior Platinum. So needless to say, fans were a little disappointed that we never got a Pokemon Z enhanced version. So it's that fact alone that makes us all excited to be revisiting a region that we never felt got the attention that we feel it should. So with the Scarlet and Violet DLC releasing and it having a lot of things to do with Unova, the Indigo Disc is set at a school in the Unova region, a lot of Unova Pokemon came back, and one of the trainers in the Elite Four was the daughter of a Unova gym leader. With that said, a lot of us were hoping and expecting that the next big game announcement to come from Pokemon would be some kind of Unova remake, either full remakes of Pokemon Black and White, or a Black 3 and a White 3. So imagine everyone's surprise that instead we got a Legends game set in Kalos. So does that mean that Unova remakes are never gonna happen? I don't think so. I mean, it's only March and it's a long year. So I'm certainly hoping we get more from Unova. Because if not, what was the point of all the DLC stuff having a lot of Unova stuff? Can the DLC please not be the end of Unova? So, the announcement of Pokemon Legends ZA was so big because of the engagement and discussions that have been happening since its announcement and that will continue to happen until more about the game is revealed. See, with the Unova remakes, we know the story, we know the starters, we know the gyms, gym leaders, Evil Team, cause we've already played through it. Remakes would just be prettier versions of the games that we had already played. But with Legends ZA, we're getting a whole new story, a whole new starters, and etc. And if it's anything like Legends Arceus, which we think it will be, we won't be getting any starter Pokemon that was available in X and Y. So now we have all these questions and speculations about, the plot and the story and starters and what exactly is the Lumiose City redevelopment project, which seems to be the central focus of the game. Now, I think this is so much better for fan engagement because it allows Pokemon YouTubers and journalists to have an absolute field day talking about the possibilities and their own little theories about how the story is going to unfold right up until more about the game is announced. And I think the timing of the announcement was really good too because it allows, tentative to build, hype to build, and it just makes people more and more anxious and hopeful to see and hear which theories come true and which don't. Now, I think this was an absolutely brilliant announcement from the Pokemon Company, and fans such as myself could not be more excited for what's to come. So there you have it, Pokemon Legends ZA coming in 2025, and its brilliant announcement in marketing and PR. So what did you think of the announcement? Was it a good move? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this content and want to see more of it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. But that's all that I have for now. I'll see you next time, and thank you for stopping by.